Welcome to the StockMentor.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your stock mentor, Brian Johnson, making professional trading simple. And it has been simple. Just go short. Another down day for the markets today, getting more and more major. I talked to my subscribers yesterday and told them, hey, if you didn't get short 11:30, it's okay. We're going to have some more entries. Here's what I'd be looking for. And one of the entries I told them about was below 11:10. So those that jumped in on that made very good bank today. Even if you're holding after that, you're still in pretty good shape. Those that got short at 11:30, you're in very, very good shape after today. But another hard run down. This was what some of us were looking for. We weren't sure if we were going to get a bounce up today, which would have kind of blown the bear theory kind of all to heck. But we did not. We got the follow through we were looking for today, breaking, and not only that, but closing below important major levels of support. I'll get into all of that again this weekend. But let's move on with the Dow. You can see the damage done today, closing below the 10,200. This is what I've been telling you. If you don't know how to short or you're not familiar with puts, man, you are missing out. When the markets move down, they fall apart. There is a lot of money to be made when the markets go down if you know what you're doing here. You can see that we erased since the middle of November, we erased it all in 3 days. So about 3 months worth of work gone in 3 days. And this is the way the down moves work. So I hope you guys are able to catch some of this amazing, amazing moves in the market. And you can see it down here at 10,172. Wow. Next level, maybe 10,100. So now I am obviously full out for the bears. There have been some publications that have been calling tops, and now they can finally claim victory. They did call the top now. I'm sure that's what we'll hear about. There was a major publication that made its first call at 1150 on the SPX as the top, and it was right on. So power to it, man. Great call, guys. Good job there. Anyway, huge moves down. Very pleased with what we're seeing. If you're a bear, you should be ecstatic by this. NDX on a 60-minute, you can see it falling apart as well. This was completely broad-based today. We saw a lot of big movement in almost all of the sectors, most of them being down at least 1%. Only one of the sectors was not down 1%. All of them completely crashing here. So down below this 1850 mark, which I told you about, you can see the open, the retest, and the move down there. From a daily standpoint, the NASDAQ crashing down below all of this major area. I told you about 1818 to 1815 being a major area. That was crashed. It broke through that today. And look at the volume pour in. People have been waiting for this, and they jumped on board. NASDAQ on a weekly, this is what we were looking for right here. It wasn't looking very healthy, just a typical bull pullback from a weekly, but now we have a completely different view on the state of affairs here, and it is bearish. Bearish, bearish. Big close below this area here, coming down into the 20-week moving average. I would maybe look for a suspected possible bounce off this level next week. Don't know if it'll get quite that low, but I would be looking for it to pause or hold at this level. Coming into next week. SPX on a 60-minute, devastation there as well. Here was the major break right here at 11:30, which I was talking to you guys about. I said 11:15 would be the next major support. It was. My suggestion to my subscribers was if you did not catch 11:30, try to catch it around 11:10. A break of that took it down to about 1090, so that was a 20-point move for them today. That was just a heavy line of support right here, and once it was definitely broken, I had a good feeling that we would see it crash. And certainly we did. Certainly we did. Just TA doing what TA does. This was exactly what the market should have been doing here. Holding up nicely here. Break below the 20 was a great entry. That's that 11:30 mark I told you about. Right back to 11:15. A break of the 50 was the next level. And there it was again. 1100, I expected actually a little bit more support down here at 1100, but the markets weren't having anything of it. People selling off, getting out, doing what they could. So now I guess we can start to look towards next week. We'll tackle that again this weekend. SPX on a weekly doing the same thing, crashing back down below. Look where it closed, right at the 20-week moving average. I would expect to maybe see the NASDAQ eventually get here as well. The 20-week at 1086.31 and the low 1090, so missed it by about 4 points. VIX, yeah, there you go. That's what we've been waiting for. Now the fear is starting to come back into the markets and in a big way. Don't know if we'll get follow through on this next week. Only time will tell. I'll tackle that, like I said, this weekend. But this was a big move in the VIX. I was getting into some pretty major puts back towards this area here in between this section. So not only did the move down help me, but also the volatility added a lot to the value of those options today. From Apple, golly, this thing just cannot